implement. So you research those strategies and alpha generation techniques from Google Scholar, books, podcasts, and YouTube, and then you back them. Use high-low volume data in order to back that strategy. What is backtesting? Backtesting is the process of using what's called open, high, low, close volume data. Open, high, low, close volume data is data of, if we want to look here, like for example, this is Apple open, high, low, close volume data. This is pretty much price data, the price of Apple every 15 minutes, the open price, the high price, the low price, the close price, and the volume price. Open, high, low, close, volume. So essentially, I have every 15 minutes for the last 30 years on Apple stock. Now I have the same thing for Tesla. I have the same thing for Bitcoin. I have the same thing for Ethereum. I have the same thing for Solana. Now, open, high, low, close volume data can be on the daily, it can be in the 15-minute, it can be on the 1 hour, it can be on the 6 hour, it can be on the 5-minute, it can be on the 1 minute, it can be on any symbol, it can be on futures, it can be on, you can see here, I have Euro, USD, I've got Google, I've got Microsoft, got Nvidia. It can be, you can do this on any type of data, any type of market. So in my mind, markets are markets. So you can go ahead and get open, high, lows volume data for any market. And then you use that data and essentially build a piece of code that will go ahead and check to see if that strategy worked on this past data. And that's what backtesting is. A cheat code in order to see if, hey, strategy search and reason you back. And then you strategy search, does it actually work? You called backtesting, using that high, low, close volume data in order to back strategy. So high, low volume data, and that's how it is used in testing. So go ahead and show a couple ways to get open, high, low volume data. As you can see here, I can get the daily open, high, low, close volume data here for pretty much any sim I want. You see, I have Google, Soft, Amazon, Euro, USD, GBP, USDP, UD. Here I'm the out, so I do app, Tesla, whatever I want. I have code that for though as well. So
Bill, baby, Bill, organize night.
Yes, our slogan must be learn, baby, learn, so that we can
Earn, baby, earn.
So what I want to do right now is I want to just get some daily data and let's try some futures. Let's do the NQ and the ES. So here I can just go ahead and I'm going to mark these out for now. And let's get the NQ, ES, and yeah, let's just start with those two. So this should get me daily data. Let's see how long it's going to get it for. Ideally, all of it. I think we're going to get all of it from Yahoo. So let's go ahead and run it. So this gets that open, high, low, close volume data. And that data goes ahead and we're then able to test it. So you can see this one's actually not working here. Stage 2, download historical data for ES. Okay, there we go. So it was trying from these dates and that wasn't available, but here we go. Now it's fetching. No historical data found. No historical data found. Okay, well, this is a flop. Let's go ahead and try a different source here. See if we can get it from here. NQ. Let's go ahead and ask AI. ESF F. Attempting to download data, no data found. Okay, let's go ahead and ask AI real quick because maybe she can fix this. Otherwise, I have another source. Look at this and see that I'm not able to get the data. Yahoo. And then I'm going to open up IBKR. TWS Trader Workstation. I see the issue. Yahoo Download is trying to download data for future dates 2025. The date today is February 22nd, 2025. Continue and revert here. Yo, Jane, what's up? 777. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yo, Artie, hey, how you doing? If you always do what you've always did, you always get what you've always got. That's beautiful. Excellent. Wall Street says, what's up, dude? How are you? Okay, so let's see what happens here. I see the issue is Yahoo Finance Analyzer. The problem is that it's trying to download data for the future 2025. No, come on, Shorty.
Market data connection reestablished.
We are in 2025. So you can see I got this data before, so I know it works. Well, actually, I don't, I guess. Okay, I'm going to stop you because I have a better source anyways. Let's go to the IB data and see if we can get that. I'm very curious about this futures data here. Bots, interactive brokers, market order, nice funks here. Nice funks here. Let's zoom out a little bit because I can't see anything. Okay, so we can go get open, high, low, close volume data. And down at the bottom, I can say, let's see if I can get this from here. So mark this out. Get this one. Prices, no, get bid ask, get open, high, low, close volume data here. Let's see if we can get this from ES, NQ or ES. Setting timeout, contract details, ES. Can you look at my code here? Let's run it first. Let's get a new composer here. Can you look at this open, high, low, close volume data to see if this works for ES? It usually just works for stocks and whatnot, but I'm now trying to do it for a couple of futures. Can you give me the futures info that we need in order to do this? AKA the symbol I need to pass in. Let's see if it gets any of the data first before I... Let's do 12. What is this? Fuge. Create futures contract. Let me help you getting the correct futures contract symbol for ES. You can see I already have a bunch of data, but I was very curious today to get the ES data, but I actually have this as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the data here. I just need to figure out where I put it. I think it's in the trading bots. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. So let me just go ahead and grab that. And while I do that, please take the time to read that because that's super important. That's super duper important, dude. So I'm just looking for some ES data here. And I have it. I have some good data here, so I'm excited to grab it. It's gonna take a second. GitHub. We're going to go to genetic algorithms. Because that's where I put all of my data. You remember those days? Those were fun. Statistical arbitrage, sentiment, GE. So many files. Grammatical evolution algo, maybe. Data. That's it. I got it. Okay, sick. So I've got the data now, and I'm actually gonna go ahead here and say, I'm gonna do one of these so I don't have to do that again. Let's go ahead, open this up here and see data. Okay, data. Let's go ahead, reveal in Finder here. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna call this GE data. Let's go to data here. And then let's call, let's just pull it in first. So if we go here, this has all my data. It's reveal in Finder. Let's just do a copy of this. It's gonna be a big copy though. Copy, paste, data, and I'm gonna call this rename GE data. Okay, sick. Now I can close all this. Close that as well. Okay, perfect. And now we have really good data. I mean, all the data that we need. And you can see I can get the data for the hourly, the daily, so on and so on. What up, Creative 777? I love that. Let all that you do be done in love. Data download IB. Nice, dude. Okay, so I have this Amazon. I have Amazon data, Amazon hourly here. That's nice. I got BTC. I got futures data here. CL, ES, futures, Euro, GC futures, Google futures, or not futures, but NG here. Nice, dude. NQ. So we can talk about that too. Where to get data from, dude. Because as you can see, this data source here, I don't really want to do this way, but we'll see. Let me just try it real quick. I'm gonna say accept. Let me edit the file. Okay, nice funks. Let me edit the
Don't
file.
even think about it, bro. Just keep going. Let them find out who it was. They gonna be on you.
Nice funks getting a little long here, but that's okay. Create futures contract. Okay. They accept here, and let's keep it pushing. I want to see if I can get it from two places because I now have it from the other place. I need to make one more edit to properly use the futures contract to get open, high, low, close volume. Okay. Let's say accept here. Now let's test the script with the proper futures contract. Okay. Run it. Nice, dude. I should have just done that from the start, huh? Okay, sick. So you can see here, data ES one day. Perfect. So now we get the ES data from Interactive Brokers. We've got the ES data from Data Bento. Let's go to IB data here. ES one day, 1 minute. Nice, dude. So this is the 1 minute data for ES. Sick. So I don't even have to connect to that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. One day, let's say 90 days of 15 minute. See if that works. I can't imagine that works. Is invalid legal ones are 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I like that they give us the errors like that. That's so, so nice. And to be honest, I want the 4-hour data. So I'm just going to do that. So for H here, maybe. What do you think? 90 days. Let's get 365 days. Let's get 900 days. The data is key. Absolutely. Historical requests for durations longer than 360 must be made in years. Yep. Let's try to get 5. Let's get 10 years. As much as possible. The 4-hour, that'd be sick. I don't know. So 4 hours. Okay. I love that it gives us the actual errors here. It's beautiful. Okay, it's gonna take longer than that though. So let's go ahead here and say base timeout. Let's make it like 500 seconds. What's up, chat? 777 creative thinking. Good morning. Thank you, dude. The 777 is good to all. Absolutely. 777. Much love. This is very important. Creative says yes. Very, very important. The data is key. It's key. It's key. It's key, dude. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, so now you know how to get data. Let's go ahead and I have a couple of things that I want to test out. Different ideas. 777 ASAP. What's up? Okay, nice. Here's the first few lines. Got 575 bars. Got bars, B. I got bars. 2023. Oh no. 2025. 2023. Oh, we're in 2025 now. Yes. How many years did I ask for? I asked for 10 years. It doesn't have 10 years of data. Okay. That's what it's telling me. Hey, but we got some cool data here. Let's do the same thing for NQ. 10-year. Getting historical data. Contract details ES futures CME. A. You can see when I change the data to NQ here, it stays with ES. How can I switch it? Make it simple to switch to different data like Apple or ES or whatever. Good day to you. I see the issue. The problem is that we're creating the contract for ES, but getting the NQ. Let me modify. Now let's test this. Okay, let's say accept here. And futures, okay. If futures, okay. If name is main, NQ data, get instrument, NQ equals NQ data, Apple, get instrument. Oh boy. This killed it, bro. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to this timeline here, and I'm gonna go back to what we had yesterday because the nice funks here. I feel like it killed it, so get us bid here. It's actually this one. Restore this content. Get ES. Okay, this is where we're at. Okay, yeah. So let's just make sure it still works for Apple. Perfect. Okay, so we're back to where we were. I'm gonna chill on the ES data because I already got it. I got it over here. Here. And really, I got it from DataVento. So GE data be right here. And what I want to spend my time on today is backtesting some of these things. So I got the ES right here, 1 day futures from 2000. So I think I'm gonna play with that. And then also I'm gonna play with the, let's see if I got the daily futures from 2018 for 1 hour. Sorry, yeah, the hourly. And then I got CL. Do I have NQ? I think I should have NQ. Yeah. NQ 1 hour. 2018 and 1 day from 2000. So what I want to do is I had a good tweet that I retweeted, dude. I think at least, but my Twitter have a lot of stuff on it. So let's see. So many videos, dude. I feel like Twitter's another good place for strats, honestly. So I should put that on the list, dude. Try to retweet things that I need to look at. Can you do a quick on how to get the data, the code you use? I think I missed it. Big moves. Wow. So what are we trying to crunch with this data though? Back to us.
You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Yeah. Period.
Period. All right, so I just want to, I'll raw dog some of these. Okay, this should still work. I don't need to try it again. Okay, so now we got the NQ data, we got the ES data. Those are the two that I want to mess with today. Okay, so let me go ahead and make a folder here. Interact with brokers, bots, backtest. So we built all these. I want to go do a ADX ma.py and let's go ahead and use one of these. Here's an example. Oh, I don't even need to do that. That's awesome. Let's do balance power here. Let's say new composer. And let's say build here ADX. Nope, not that one. ADX MA. Okay. And use the one below as an example so you know how to set up the template on backtesting, but then go ahead and build out this strategy where we use an ADX and explain what the ADX does exactly. But we use an ADX and a moving average, and I will give you the data here. It's daily data, and I will give you the headers as well for creating a backtest. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it the data that we want to use. So we'll go down to data here, GE data. And I want to use some NQ data, ES or NQ. Copy path here. So this is the data, and this is what it looks like. ES, daily, date, time. Okay, perfect. Here is that. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that ADX MA. Just a simple ADX MA. It's going to explain what the ADX does. So it says, I'll help you build a strategy using ADX, average directional index, and moving average. First, let me explain what the ADX does. ADX is a technical indicator that measures the strength of a trend, regardless of direction. It ranges from 0 to 100. Values above 25 indicate a strong trend. Values below 20 indicate a weak or no trend. The higher the ADX, the stronger the trend. Let me create the backtest strategy that combines the ADX with the moving average to catch strong trending moves. First, I'll check the data structure. Now, I'll create the ADX plus moving average strategy. I'll use pandas TA for the indicators as requested. Let me create the backtest file. I've created a strategy that combines the ADX and moving average indicators. Here's how it works. ADX, average directional index, measures trend strength 0 to 100. Above 25 indicates strong trend. Below 20 indicates weak or no trend. We use it to only trade when there is a strong trend. Moving average, used for trend direction. Price above MA equals uptrend. Price below equals downtrend. The strategy only takes positions when ADX is over 25, strong trend. Goes long when price is above MA during the strong trend. Goes short when price is below MA during the strong trend. Exits positions when trend weakens ADX under 25. So it uses pandas TA. Perfect. So pandas TA and TA lib. Go ahead and say accept for now. And let's go run it, dude. ADX length, okay, 14. MA length, 20. ADX threshold, 25. You inspire me constantly. Thank you, bro. Glad you're here. You can see that we're using mean cash, 0.002, stats.run. Okay. Show plot, save plot. No way. We don't want to save the plot. Let's go ahead and run it and see what the error is. You know there's going to be an error, dude. Haha. Here are the headers here. I see the issue. The column names CSVs are lowercase letters. Yes. Yo, what's up, Clarence? Long time no see. Currently working on some options, Iron Condor execution algos, but the code is so tedious and LLMs can't really help here. And you know why? I'll share some code on my Twitter feed in the coming weeks. Thank you, bro. Thank you, dude. We'll be around PR in the next few months for rugby's. Interesting. Yeah, hit me up, bro. Keep me in the loop. Hope all has been well, champ. Thank you, dude. 777, dude. Infinity times. Good to see you, dude. Been a minute. Let's go. This is awesome. First time in the stream. Working on a bot right now for BTC. That's fire, dude. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Where are you from? Where are you from, dude? Throw your country or everybody throw your country up in the chat. I always love seeing that. Let me know where you're from, fam. It's so cool that we can all step on the gas together. Okay, let's say accept here. Throw your country in the chat. Country in the chat. Country in the chat. ADXMA, okay. Here we go. So not a good strategy. You can see right off the bat. Why? Well, there's a bunch of metrics here. And we'll go over all of them. So let's go over all these metrics here. And you can see it didn't do well. Negative 54% return. Buy and holds 283%. And this is from 2000 to 2024. So it's a lot of data. Can you please go ahead and explain all of these different stats to me step by step so I can fully understand them? And then go ahead and build in the optimizer into backtesting.py so we can see if we can get the strategy better by optimizing it. Okay, let's go read through this. So first off, I'll tell you what I look at. So profit factor, I look at that. I want it to be like above 1.5. Expectancy, I want this to be above 0.2. So it's at negative 0.65. So that's why I was able to tell you right away, it's not really a strategy for me. You can see worst trade, average trade. I don't look at those too hard. The thing I do look at is the return versus the buy and hold. A lot of people will totally dismiss a strategy if it doesn't hit the buy and hold. But before I do that, I look at the exposure time. Because if this strategy returned the same as the buy and hold, for example, but the exposure time was only 37%, then I would think it'd be better. In my mind, it's better than a buy and hold strategy because you don't have exposure to the market. So you have less risk and you have capital that you can use. See what I'm saying? So this lost 3.1% per year. And remember, the name of the game, actually, I haven't even told you this yet. The name of the game is to get so many backtests up that you find winners. I once had somebody come to me and say, hey, Moondev, I tried 20 backtests and I only found one that worked. I don't think algo trading works. And then I was like, sir, you literally found one that worked out of 20. That's actually pretty solid. That's 5%, dude. And he said, oh, you're right, actually. I guess I did find that one that works. So at the end of the day, it's a numbers game, and then it takes a lot of shots. So I could sit here probably for 4 hours, test 20 backtests, and find nothing that works. But my expectations are correct. Because I know if every backtest that I ran worked, everybody in the world would do this. It'd be too easy.
Damn near anything we could think is real. And if it's not, we could create it. See, that's the gift we were given. To evolve, advance, create. I create my own world.
I'll first explain each stat in detail so we can understand them. Duration. Okay, let's just start from the top. This is the start date, end date. The duration here was 8,700 days. So that's actually a good amount of data, 24 years in total. The performance metrics here, it said it held the position. Exposure time was 37, about 38% percentage of the time we're in the market. The equity final here is 459,000, so it's down. The final account value, it started with 1 million. The peak equity, so you can see it had a little bit of a run, 1.17. Nothing crazy. Return overall is negative 54%. The buy and hold return is 283%. This shows our strategy underperformed. Return annualized is negative 3.18%. Volatility here. Yearly price fluctuation is 12%. Risk metrics, so these are important. Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio. Sharpe ratio is looking at the upside and downside. Risk adjusted return, higher is better, 0 is poor. Sortino is looking for the risk adjusted return as well, but it's only to the upside, which is better in my opinion. For crypto specifically. Kalmar ratio relative to maximum drawdown. So it's like Kalmar, I believe, is the return divided by the drawdown. Max drawdown is how far your account went down. Biggest peak to trough decline. Average drawdown, average peak to trough decline is 19%. There's 109 trades in 24 years. Not a lot. Not a lot. Everybody wants to do HFT, but I wouldn't go after HFT to start. Best trade, worst trade, average trade, max trade duration. So 94 days is the longest we held. Average trade duration is about 30 days. Profit factor below 1 means we're losing money. So that's why I look for 1.5 minimum. SQN, system quality number, negative is poor. So let's go ahead and optimize the ADX length, the MA length, and the ADX threshold. So what is optimizing? Well, optimizing allows us to go ahead and kind of test like, okay, here in the ADX length, we're testing 14 with the 20 MA and the 25. Optimizing lets us test like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. And around these numbers and around those numbers. And we can just test a ton of back tests at the same time. It's pretty sick. So let's see if we can get this. It says between 10 and 30. We're going in 2-step jumps. And then 10 and 50 in 5 steps. Let's go ahead and try this first. Okay, we got an error here, so let's go ahead and check it out. I see the issue. The problem is with the ADX column name in Pandas TA output. When we change the ADX length during optimization, the column name changes from ADX10 for length to ADX14. Let me fix that. Yes, thank you. So we got the DR up in here. We got Florida up in here. We got the Tree Island from here. Tree Land in the UK. Wake and Bake. Who done it? USA. Atlanta. We got Atlanta up in here. Jersey up in here. I stay watching your content, bro. You low-key on the bleeding edge of this stuff. And you inspire me constantly. Thank you, dude. Much love. 777, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it pushing every day. Okay, so you can see now it's optimizing all of these. And it can take a while. It can take a while to optimize, dude. So let's just let it optimize. Let's give it time. So while this optimizes, what I want to do here is go ahead and answer some of these questions here. So you get El Barrio también. Okay, let's go ahead and answer a couple of these questions because I didn't answer all of these yesterday. Okay, here's a good one. Do you always backtest with commissions, fee, and slippage? So absolutely. A lot of people will show you backtests on the internet without fees, and that's crazy. I use double the commission, double the fees, just because to account for it. You can see here that it finished the backtest. That was actually quite fast. Moon strategy original parameters. Oh, but then it got stuck here. Okay, so let me go ahead and optimize this again. I don't want to plot it. Print optimization results. I actually don't even want to run this original backtest. Okay, there we go. So that should be good. Boogie Downtown, I die. So it's very important to use fees because fees can absolutely change your backtest results. So be wary when you see people on the internet that don't use commissions or fees. I use double because it helps account for some slippage. Slippage is the price you pay, the difference between the price you pay and what you think you're going to pay. Because sometimes, like if you're trying to buy like 1,000 BTC and there's only 100 offered, well, you might have to pay a higher price. How do you backtest your algos? Well, there's actually a couple different libraries I use. The first library, I'll give you 3 different libraries. There's 3 different libraries that I use to backtest. Let's just go look at them all. Backtesting.py is what I'm using right now. Backtesting.py. Backtesting.py. I like this one because it's simple to use and the data is nice. The data you've seen so far is nice. So it's backtesting.py. How do you get it? Well, you say pip install backtesting.py. Okay, backtesting.py. You just pip install this. Pip install. Boom. Okay, another one I use is actually the first one that I use is Backtrader. And you can see Backtrader is pretty solid as well. It's nice and robust, and I started with this, and it's good for like multi data strategies. And then the last one here, so that's Backtrader. How do you get that? Well, you just say pip install Backtrader, and boom, just like that. Uh-oh, computer's locking up. I don't know if this is gonna go now. What do I need to shut down? Do I have too much stuff on my screen? Probably. I don't know if we're gonna make it, fam. I think this is it. Technical support. If anything, it's TA. Okay, sick. Sick. Okay. Not the biggest fan of the API, but playing around with it is smooth. Okay, I'll check it out sometime. Put it on the list. Let's call it Tasty Trade or whatever. I've heard their ads before. So that is 2 different backtesting things, frameworks, and then the third one is Vector BT. A lot of cool kids like this one. I haven't used it too much, but I've started to use it a little bit in some of my bigger projects. Okay, so now the backtest is done here, and we can go ahead and see the best one. Okay, so you can see right off the bat, the profit factor, remember over 1 is profitable. The expectancy, I look for 0.2 or better. And you can see this is 0.27. Perfect, dude. It's looking good. So trades, 78 trades. Sortino and Sharp are a little low. Yeah, these are a little too low for me. I like to have 1 or better on both of these. The drawdown's pretty high. Not crazy high coming from crypto, but the return here is 126%, but the buy and hold is 283. Some people will dismiss this immediately. I look at that 84.86. Okay. I don't love this strat, so let's go back to the terminal, dude. Let's go back to the terminal here, and you can see 84% exposure time, 3.4% annualized return. So I would say this one, it's just not it. I would have to come with a different strategy. But the cool thing is I have all of these strategies as well, and I haven't optimized any of them. So let me go ahead and just throw in the optimizer for this one, ADX star. Please go ahead and use the optimization for this ADX star file as well, and let's try to optimize it to see if we can get better results than we currently have. So here, I'll run this back test here. This is just another back test that I built the other day. We're using the ADX and the parabolic SAR. Let me go ahead and hit run here, and you can see the results. It's a negative expectancy, so it's not a good strategy, but I'm curious to see if we can make it a good strategy by optimizing it. Now, what I'm doing is something very risky. It's called over optimization. Technically, I could sit here forever until I find something that works. You can kind of just force it, force it to work, essentially. But that's not necessarily good, dude. It's not necessarily good, because everything that works in the past doesn't necessarily work in the future. So let's go ahead and run this here. This is generating a plot, optimization complete, print stats, original parameters, optimization results. Let's just go ahead and mark all that out and let's run it, dude. See, we got a little bit of an error here. So this is good to see how to debug. Please fix. Okay, so you can see here I fixed the issue. Let's see if it does. Ah, snap. I don't want those to print. Here we go. Should be optimizing now. $777, dude. The mouse and the weasel. Greed leads to trouble. And while this optimizes, I want to go ahead and answer some of these questions. Do I use a Mac or a PC? It doesn't matter. A lot of people use PCs. A lot of people use Macs. I use a Mac personally. Do I need an upgraded PC to do algo trading? No, not really. I'd say you need like, I don't know, just a laptop really. And as long as it runs, you can use the internet and you can download Python. As long as you can do those things, you're good. But Python runs on pretty much any computer. Maybe if you have like a 1992 laptop, you might not be able to do this. But the cool thing is I show you how to set up a VPS, which is a virtual private server, which is a computer that runs on the cloud, which allows you to run your bots 24/7, 365. Do you have a community? Yeah, we actually have a very great community. There's hundreds of people that are all attacking the same industry with you. So you're able to ask questions, share code, get ideas. It's beautiful, honestly. It's half the reason I do this, dude. I understand the ideas I have, but I don't know everything. So building a community makes it so I see a lot more than I would just see, you know? And you have full access to that. I mean, if you're on the inside at least. So you can see this is taking a little while to optimize, which is kind of good. It's doing a grid search. Can you explain how this optimizes and what a grid search really is? I want to answer some more of these questions here. Pulse is so fun, dude. You're so fun, dude. He says so profitable. He's selling a course on it instead of just profiting. Tailless time. Actually, there's no course, but it's closed. I closed it last week, bro. Good luck. Have fun. Where do you get your data from? So I showed you a few places to get data today. I showed you can get it from Interactive Brokers, which is nice because I got 30 years of Apple data here. And I showed you that for free on YouTube. I love it here. I love being able to show you guys so much stuff for free on the tube, dude. So you can see I got BTC data, I got ETH data, I got Sol data. I showed you how to get the Apple data here today. So we got the Apple data since 2000. The one that I was really impressed with was I go here to the IB data. I got 30 years of 15-minute data, which is crazy, for free from Interactive Brokers. 137,000 lines. Nutso, bro. Let's keep answering some of these questions here. How can I get in touch with you? Here, any day, dude. Any day. I'm here live every day. I believe code is a great equalizer, and I believe if I share everything along this journey, then it's going to inspire some people to learn how to code. Algo trading is a pretty cool application of coding, but it's by far not the only. And when I got started 4 years ago, my whole downside risk was, I could obviously automate my trading. That's like the goal. But worst case scenario, I learn how to code. If I can code, I can build anything for the rest of my life. That's why I do what I do, dude. I believe code is a great equalizer. I know from experience that people are going to tell me I can't do this, I can't do that. I can't build this, I can't build that. You're not welcome here, yada, yada. Okay, that's cool. If I know how to code, you're going to have to hire me someday if I want a job, but I've never had a job. I've never had a job yet. But if I ever need one, hey, I got the skills. I got the skills now. I can build anything. Let's see what else. Oh, what up, Texas? How you doing, bro? James says 777. Says stay strong. Jane says, was making a video listening to you in the background and then realized you're gone. Oh, did it get chopped up? Yeah, my computer maybe crashed or something. So this is taking a long time to optimize, but that's good. Can I have a discount? No. How often is the bootcamp updated? Once a week, actually. Is the bootcamp just for advanced coders only?
Hey, dickhead, get your mind right. Don't preach to me about my perky habit, bitch, this is my life.
Unfortunately, the bootcamp is closed, but it's for beginners, and intermediates, even advanced coders if you've never algo traded before. 777, yo. Thank you. Necro. GM. Can I learn only from your YouTube? Absolutely, and that's the whole point of this. The whole point of showing everything every step of the way is I could do this just for free on YouTube. I believe code's a great equalizer, so I've already changed a lot of people's lives, and that's awesome. I'm always gonna get trolls. I'm always gonna get trolls, and that's fine. They've never really given anything in the world to anybody. Probably not even a smile. People are gonna try to tear you down, and that's fine. You got to keep pushing, dude. You got to keep pushing. Don't listen to anybody. If you feel like you can help people, help them. Help them, dude. Cause you can see people come through the chat every day. They try to drag you down. And I've helped thousands of people learn how to code for free on YouTube. So whatever your faith is, I know I'm living right. And I know that I'm going to continue to give every single day. And I hope you do too, dude. Especially if you come in here with negativity. Especially if you come in here with negativity. I hope that you give. You have to give more than me. You have to. And if you're not, you heard the man. Hey, yo, dickhead. You heard the man. Can you build a bot for me? I typically don't build bots for people. I don't have time. Why do you teach algo trading? I teach it because I believe code's a great equalizer, and this is what I'm focused on, and this is what I use my code for. I'm not a big promoter. I don't like to promote like trading to people who don't trade, but if you're a hand trader, you're going to lose all your money. So I think it's urgent that you take a quantitative approach, at least look at some back tests before you trade those strategies. Ideally, automate it so you don't have the emotions, the in-game emotions. But how did you get started with coding? I had to automate my trading. Can I pay for the bootcamp in crypto? It's closed. Okay, so we answered all those questions, which is 5. Oh, big leg here. Big leg here on BTC, 3 M's. Go check that out. Nice, dude. It's a big leg right there, dude. All right, so you can see these optimized. They can optimize forever, dude. Oh my God, that's why though. I see what's going on here. For every step of optimization, it's gonna multiply the process. So while this is optimizing, what I want to do is just start coding out another backtest because this might take forever, fam. I shouldn't do this big of optimization, really. But let's see. Let's just let it run all day. Let's just let it run all day, dude. Let's go ahead and start coding out another backtest. Here, go ahead and read this. All right, let's try out this strategy, dude. Let's go ahead and just code it up. So this one's called the let's go here. The gold green dot py here. Okay, let's just code it out. Let's code this out, and here's the source of it if you want to read more. So let's say VWAP EMA gold green. Here's the source if you want to read more about it. Okay. So let's code it out. Let's say import TALib. Okay. Import NumPy as NP. Import pandas as PED. From backtesting, import backtest and strategy. From backtesting.lib, import crossover. Okay. Let's say class here is VWAP EMA. I'll close this for now because we don't need her. Strategy, and then we'll pass in the strategy here. Okay. We say def init self. And these are going to be the indicators. Let's say self.ema5 equals self.I talib dot ema and self.data dot close time period equals 5, and then self.ema20 actually 200 equals self.I talib.ema self.data.close time period equals 200. Okay, let's go ahead, keep going. Self.VWAP, actually VWAP 22 equals self.I talib.sma and self.data.volume this time multiplied by self.data.high plus self.data.low plus self.data.close. Then divided by, yeah, this is actually right. Nice. I love that. Love that for us, bro. Then we're going to do the VWAP self 50. This is actually the same thing, but it's 50. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then we're going to go to the next statement. The next is what runs on every bar next. Self. And we're going to say price equals self.data.close -1. VWAP midpoint equals self.VWAP 20 -1 plus self.VWAP -1. That's actually correct. Nice AI. And then we're going to say by condition if crossover of self.ema5 self.ema200 and price is over self.ema200 -1, then something's wrong here, but we'll go ahead and fix it in a second. So def next. First, we need to say, okay, price.self, that's perfect. Then VWAP midpoint, self.VWAP, okay. And then by condition here, we just need to put self.by here, yes. And then cell condition, let's go ahead and write this as well.
Build,
LF.
baby, build. Organize night. Yes, our slogan must be learn, baby, learn, so that we can earn, baby, earn.
And price is under self.ema200 -1. Okay, nice. Then self.sell Perfect. So we got the buy condition, we got the sell condition, and then we're gonna have the exit conditions for trade in self dot trades. If trade dot is long and price, and then VWAP midpoint, okay. Then we're gonna say self dot position dot close. Elif trade dot is short and price is over VWAP midpoint. Then self dot position dot close, so that's correct. And then we're gonna pass in the data. So data equals PD dot read CSV, and then I actually want to pass in that same data that we're using in the ADXMA, which is the NQ data. It's actually the ES data, but lo mismo. Mismo, pero whatever. Data equals. Okay, I'm gonna have AI do the rest of this. At gold green. Please look at this ADXMA and set up the data so it's the same, because there are, like, you know, capitalization type things you gotta set up and then run the back test. No optimization needed. ADXMA. Just use the exchanges, dude, for data. Real-time data. If it's real-time, you use the exchanges. You can definitely learn it from YouTube. Nice, dude. I'm glad. That was the idea. That was the plan. Okay, let's see what happens here. So it's normalizing the data. Okay, great. Buy condition. Crossover self.ema. That's the same thing. Okay. -1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it didn't change it. It just updated it. Copy path. Let's go here and say conda activate. T-flow. and then Python, run it. Nice, dude. So it's a negative strategy. No bueno, no bueno, but cool to see that that works so easily. Let's go try some other data here. Oh, this is an interesting data set. Data here, crypto data, let's put it in there. Just slide it up in there. Copy path here. Ah, snap. I just tried to run it on top of this. We're gonna have to change this a little bit. What's up, next level? How you doing, bro? Let's go ahead and try it out here. Copy path here. And let's say Python. I don't think this is gonna work because the data is different, but so I changed the data set. I changed the data set to have these headers below, make it work so both the data sets work. Because these ones have different data here. Say accept here, and then let's go back to that terminal here. Got a little bugger go. Nice, dude. So you can see the profit factor is better. The expectancy is too low, though, in my mind. Sharp ratio is 0. The return is negative 0.19, but the buy and hold is negative 14. So it's actually better, and it's holding for half the time. That's awesome. It's not a huge data set. We could optimize it if we like. Let's go ahead and try to throw in the optimization too. Gold green here. Please go ahead and throw in the optimizations. Don't optimize too much as I don't want to take too long. So don't optimize too many variables, but please do throw in optimizations like we do for the other ones. So this is a better strategy than buy and hold, which is dope, at least. This is what the equity curve looks like. Very choppy. Let's hit accept here.
Yeah.
I don't care how
Copy
good
path.
you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
I mean, discipline is doing what you hate to do.
Okay, now it's
but do it
optimizing
like
here.
You love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote. And if you can do that, you could be successful in anything.
Yo, you normally
You
are.
normally are. All right, so this has to optimize for a bit. So while this optimizes, I'm going to go ahead. We have two optimizing. I'm going to call it another backtest. How about that, dude? How about that? Let's show you another one. Let's do a SAR RSI.py. Okay, let's code this out, dude. I'll show you the source if you want to go read the paper. 1, 2, 3. Okay. SAR RSI here. Oh, it looks like it's done. So that was the best optimization here. So that's cool. We saw that. That's dope. Again, it's a game of shots. It takes a long time to find good stuff. A lot of the stuff has been worked out, meaning it's already been arbed out. Parabolic SAR. Parabolic SAR. Okay. And then we're going to say here, import NumPy. Import NumPy as NP. Import TALib. From backtesting, import backtest and strategy. From backtesting.lib, import crossover. Import pandas as PD, and then we'll say class PSAR Stoke RSI strategy. Passing the strategy. And then PSAR start equals 0.02. PSAR step equals 0.02. PSR max is 0.2. That's right. Got a couple more indicators. So we want to say Stoke RSI K equals 3. Stoke RSI D equals 3. RSI length equals 14. Stoke RSI, it's actually Stoke length equals 14 as well. And then we're going to say definite self. Okay. Close equals self dot data dot close. High equals self dot data dot high. Low equals self dot data dot low. Parabolic SAR here, and say self dot SAR equals self dot I, and then TALib dot SAR, and then high low self dot PSAR step self dot PSAR max. Then stochastic here. Stoke RSI K Stoke RSI K equals Stoke RSI D equals TALib dot Stoke RSI RSI close time period equals self dot RSI length. Then we're going to say down here, just to make it a little easier to see, fast K period equals self dot Stoke RSI K. Okay. Rishi, dude. Rishi. What did I do here? Okay. That's weird. Fast. I'm just gonna put it on the same line because that looks ghetto. It's actually right. And then we're gonna say fast D. MA type equals 0. Let's put all this on the same line because I'm probably gonna mess it up if I don't. Taylor gang. Okay, so let's go here to stochastic. Let's say self dot stoke RSI K equals self dot I lambda x stoke RSI K and be done with it. Self dot stoke RSI D equals self dot I lambda RSI D, yes. And then it says next here, and that's actually right. That's the only part that's right though. KD equals self dot stoke RSI K. Self dot stoke RSI D close equals SAR equals self dot data dot close self dot SAR, and then we're gonna detect double bottom. Okay, if K -3 20 and K -2 is over K -3 and K -1 is greater than K -2 and close of -1 SAR -1 and SAR -2 close -2. Something's off here. Nah, that's all good. Then we're gonna say self.by, yes. Detect double bottom. K over 80, yep. -2 over -3 and K -1, -2, yes. And close -1 under SAR -1 and SAR -2 is under close -2. Perfect. Self.cell. Perfect, dude. And then let's go ahead and say this. ADX star, which was the last one we did? Yeah, it's Gringo. In this file here, please go ahead and do the same thing we did with gold green that I'll attach below, so it works with both different data types that we have. Do they have a request limit? Maybe. Darius says Moondev Ham. My dog, can we link up a live stream? BS in physics. I'm not Riri. My community asks you. Why don't you use adaptive optimization to test instead of random? Want that overfit? I don't know. You tell me, bro. You're my hero, Moondav. Trying to be like you, bro. Trying to be like bro. Trying to be like bro. Trying to be like bro.
Don't run with the pack. If everyone is trying to solve the same problem, or a whole group of people, if that's the latest and greatest thing to do, don't do that. Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
Bro. Without the optimizations, though, I just want to see the regular run. Bro. Bro. 6 up to. Okay, copy path. We're gonna go ahead and say Python. Sheesh. Nice, dude. So it's not a good strategy, though. Unfortunately, let's go ahead and optimize it. Negative 46% return while buying holds is negative 14%. What's data are we using, though? Dog. We're using the BNB data? Okay, I don't want to use that. I want to use the futures data, dog. The futures data, dog. Hey, I didn't copy it, did I? Sheesh. He's over here not copying for real. You gotta actually copy him. Okay, now let's be a dead dog about it. Now let's dead dog. This is 18 years of data and it's still trash. Holy smokes. That's what it is, dude. Down only. Let's optimize it now. Take trash and make it maybe better. Okay, now let's optimize it. Don't do too many optimizations. I don't want it to take forever. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. So this is optimized as well. So let's here we go. Okay, so still trash. So I'm just gonna pass on this strat. All right, let's keep pushing, dude. I'm gonna do one more strategy. Let's do one more. Push through and do one more. When the going gets tough, do one more. When you're tired, do one more. Oh, you tired? You tired, dude? Do one more. Do one more. Let's try this one. This one's called the trend flow. .py. Trend flow. Let's go ahead and import our packages first. Import pandas. Import numpy as np from backtesting. Import backtest in. Import backtesting strategy from backtesting.lib crossover, and also actually bars from backtesting. Dot test import SMA. Okay, sick. Let's say def EMA equals series period equals 50. and then we're going to say return series.ewm span equals period adjust equals false dot mean. Okay, and then we're going to say def mac d close